Hey, last week we started this conversation on empathy. Empathy is understanding and sharing in the feelings of other people. Like it goes way further than sympathy. Like sympathy is feeling for somebody, but empathy is actually feeling with somebody. Empathy is always asking questions. It's always seeking to understand. So instead of being critical of those people, empathy wants to engage in understanding those people. Instead of assuming that they're wrong, empathy wonders if you are actually right. But it does it in the relationship through curiosity. In fact, that may be the coolest thing about empathy. Because as the more curious we become, the less critical we automatically are. And the more curious we become, the better questions we start asking. If you think about maybe those people in your life, what would it look like to approach them with kind of an air of curiosity, not criticism? Like what if you started asking some really, really good questions to those people? I mean, things like, what is it like to be you? Like, what is it actually like to be you? I know what it's like to be me. Like, I know what it's like to walk in my shoes. I know what it's like to be kind of a, 45-year-old white male pastor. I got that part down. But what does it look like to not be me? Like, what does it look like to be you? What an incredible empathetic question to start asking of people. And kind of in tandem with that, what is it like to, what do you think it's like to be me? Like, what is it like to be you? And what do you think it's like to be me? Because everybody on the other side of you thinks they know what it's like to be you too. But when you can start helping them understand that, there's kind of an empathetic sharing that happens. Maybe my favorite question, Jeff Henderson, he's the lead pastor of our Gwinnett locations. He asked this several years ago. When he first asked it, I hated it, and I almost defriended him. He's one of my best friends. I almost just walked away because this question was so painful. And the question is, what is it like to be on the other side of me? What is it like to be on the other side of me? Isn't it true that we're always like so gracious to ourselves and so critical of others? But what would happen if you started asking those people, what is it like to be on the other side of me? Those three questions. What is it like to be you? What do you think it's like to be me? What is it like on the other side of me? Those are some of the most empathetic moments you'll ever have. And it might not change the other person. It might not change those people, but you know what it will do? It will absolutely change you. It will evolve your heart. It will help you understand your pride. It'll show you where your desires to control are, and it'll point out those hidden prejudices. So if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. That's what empathy does. And that's what Jesus followers are actually called to do too. Not just with our people, but with all people.